And would you mind to tell us or to share with us what do you invest in China? I mean, that includes Hong Kong.
My main investment is the renminbi, the currency, because I expect it to go much higher over the next decade or so. Another investment is commodities, because the Chinese have to buy commodities. If you own cotton, they will be nice to you, they will take you to dinner, they will pay you on time, they will pay for dinner. Because they have to have cotton, they have to have nickel, they have to have nearly all commodities. And of course you can buy Chinese shares. I own Chinese shares, I only buy them when they collapse. But every 3 or 4 or 5 years the Chinese stock market collapses, and I buy more. I don't buy them for me or even to sell, I buy them for my children. And someday I hope that my children, maybe I hope that someday my grandchildren say, he was a smart old man. You know, he bought us all these Chinese shares, and now look how much we're worth.
Yeah. Would you encourage entrepreneur or small, medium-sized enterprises in the West to come to China?
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. There's no question about that. But if you're a foreigner, you go to any country, you better make sure you know what you're doing, or you better make sure you have a smart, honest partner. But yes, I mean, there are 1,300,000,000 people in China. Enormous opportunities. If you had gone to America in 1912, you would have had huge opportunities over the next several decades. China's at the same place.
These are the key questions. Would you like to talk about China debt issues?
Debt?
Yeah, debt. It was just released yesterday that China debt, public debt is about 1/4 of its reserve, and it's climbing down. Withdraw the local government able to issue debts. It was November that we allowed the local government to issue debts. How do you see central government action to say, hey, put a stop, you're not going to do that?
Well, I hope the government stops, or at least controls, the issuance of debt, because when debt gets out of control, it always ends up disastrous. I mean, history shows that millions of times. And the Chinese do have debt, but contrasted with America or the West, America's now the largest debtor nation, not just the largest debtor nation in the world, the largest debtor nation in the history of the world. And it's going higher. It's going higher at a rapid rate. Look at Europe. Nearly every one of those European countries, even the ones that talk about austerity, if you look at their plans, they all have higher debt next year and the year after that. So debt is going through the roof in the West and in Japan as well, in all developed countries. So I hope that China will limit its debt or control its debt, but even if they don't, they're in much better shape than the rest of us. You said their debt's 1/4 of their reserves. America doesn't have any reserves, and the debt is astronomical.